So, welcome to this presentation on sleeping sickness. So, it's also known as Trypanosoma brucei, and it's a parasitic disease, so protozoa. And it's also known as African sleeping sickness, or African trypanosomiasis, because it's most prevalent in Africa, as the name suggests. The transmission is commonly through a tsetse fly transmission to humans, or it's blood transfusion or mother-to-child infection. It's basically anything where blood gets mixed. So for the with the tsetse fly, for example, it is infected and it has in its salivary glands, it makes the parasite more infectious, and then when it transmits it to the humans, and then it gets into the bloodstream, and then it eventually enters the brain, which then causes all these various symptoms. But one of the early signs is a Winterbottom sign, which is where your lymph nodes begin to swell. And as you can see, it's a severe epidemic in central sub-Saharan Africa. So it's very uncommon here. And globally, it's most prevalent in rural areas in sub-Saharan Africa, and the population at risk is approximately 70 million people in 36 countries. And it's more than 80% of cases, more than 80% of the cases occur in just one country, in Congo. And there have been 3 major outbreaks from 1896 to 1906, then another one in 1920, and another one in 1970. But as you can see, it's becoming less common for these major outbreaks, and that's mostly due to treatment and these countries developing and actually advancing their medical treatments and facilities for this kind of disease. But because it is in sub-Saharan Africa and in underdeveloped countries, there are still deaths that occur from this. So there were 34,000 deaths in 1990, and in 2010 it was 9,000, which is a dramatic decrease, but it still happens. And there are basically 2 stages of the disease. So when you start to realize that you might be having it. So the first is just fever, headaches, and itching, and this can be treated by pentabidine, but the thing is it's so similar to many other diseases that many fail to actually realize that it's sleeping sickness. And then the second one is more of a neurological phase, and this is where its distinct characteristics actually emerge, and that's disruption of the sleep cycle, tremor, confusion, and paralysis of limbs. And usually when it reaches this stage, it's already gone too far, but it can be treated by a combination of nifurtimox and eflornithine to actually